everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hello, hello. Welcome to today's Saturday with Stacey, YouTube class number 621. And wow, what a class we have for you today. Now, our classes on Saturday, well, all of our classes actually, are technique-based, commercial-free, and this one is full length. So we leave nothing out. We do it all together. My classes are not edited. They're not scripted. They're not voiceover. They're not dubbed. What happens, happens, and we roll with the punches. Today it is wow. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. That's all I can say. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. Faith that I was able to film this class and get it loaded on time. Trust that as you see what I am doing, you will trust the process and you will see the end result make magic. And pixie dust, well, it's all the great manufacturers that we get to use to make all of this happen, like Royal Talons and the Crafters Workshop and Bronte and Hardy Crafts. And you're like, I might not have ever heard of some of these manufacturers before. Well, that's okay. You're going to learn about them now, and a few of them are international manufacturers, and that might be why you haven't heard of them. But wait till you see how we take a little bit of product from this manufacturer and a little bit of product from that manufacturer and something from over here, and magic happens. And that really is what faith, trust, and pixie dust is. It boils it down to magic. So what we do as makers, we're the behind the scenes people. We put it all together, and then when we give it to somebody, whether it be a mini album or a card or altered art or mixed media, they don't know what all happened behind the scenes. They just experience the magic that you made for them. So very excited about today's class. I have got a lot in front of me, and we're just going to take it a step at a time. I always start super easy, and we get progressively more technique-y as we go along. We also have winner chicken dinner to talk about. I have 2 winners from last week's YouTube and 1 winner from the sneak peek short on the Scrapbooking Made Simple YouTube channel. So before I film, I do a sneak peek, and I let that sneak peek live on the Scrapbooking Made Simple YouTube channel, well, forever actually, but you can comment on it for a full week. So if you're watching this on Tuesday, you can still find that short and comment there for a chance to win. You also can comment on this video for a chance to win. We give 2 $100 gift cards away every week from the YouTube winners, and then the person who wins from the sneak peek short gets an assortment of product that we are using today. And I show who won I show who won last week in the one that I just did this week. So Judy already, if she watched it, she already knows she's a winner chicken dinner. So I need to announce those wonderful people who have won the $100 gift card. And remember, it's a comment below if you are, well, it should be a comment below no matter what kind of device you're on, I think. You want to post a comment. The live chat comments do not count, and that gives you 2 chances. There we pick 2 winners from this YouTube and 1 winner from the short. So you never know when I'm going to call your name. Our first winner from the sneak peek is Judy. Judy. Ooh. Judy Seligstein? Seligstein? Is that it? Am I close? Judy? Doesn't matter. You're a winner chicken dinner, Judy, and we have a lovely assortment of product from last week, which was, the Paper Favorites paper and the GG double stick stickers. Weren't they so good? Yes, so we have an assortment of that coming to you, and we hope that you love what you get. Congratulations, you are our first winner chicken dinner of today. Trying to figure out where I can put this. Our second winner is from the actual video. So this person posted a comment on YouTube 620, on the Saturday with Stacey YouTube class 620, And our first winner of a $100 gift card is Vera. Vera Gabriel. Congratulations, Vera. Wahoo, ka-choo for you. There's $100 in your online account ready for you to spend any way that makes your heart happy. Congratulations, Vera. I'm very, very excited for you. Our last winner also has $100 to spend, and it's already in her online account. Hello, Mary Wagner. Winner, chicken dinner to you too. $100 winner. What are you gonna get, Mary? What you gonna get, huh? What are you gonna get? Now, you can spend this winnings any way you want, you and Vera. You can do $20 a week for a few weeks. You can spend $50 over in two purchases, or you can just spend it all at once. Just go for it. Now, you don't have to do anything to claim your prize. It's already done. And same with Judy. Judy, you don't have to do anything to claim your prize. We've already packed it and we will be shipping it out to you next week. Congratulations to the three of you. As always, we have to do the winner chicken dinner dance. It's what we do. It's who we are. So we gotta get into the vibe. Maybe some background music for 2026. I should have like a little recorder that gives me a little background music. Ooh, I'm gonna have to think about that. You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, ka-choo to you. Congratulations to all three of you. I hope you enjoy your winnings. And thanks for playing along. What I can tell you is if you play along, you never know when I'm going to call your name. If you don't play along, I know I will never call your name. But I leave it to you. I mean, $100 worth of free money or a package that arrives full of goodies. Who doesn't want that? Now today I've got a lot for you. We are working with the Crafters Workshop Stencil Butter. I have beautiful things from Pronte, beautiful stencils from Pronte. I have liquid watercolors, and I've got hardy crafts for you. A little bit of everything, and yet when it all comes together, wow. I will say that we have pre-done several of the Stencil Butter and stencils so that there was dry time. I have a few of them over here. I have a few of them over there. We're gonna see that I don't think that there's any way that I will be able to work with the Stencil Butter and have it dry in time for me to complete the projects. So we did some ahead of time, but I'm still gonna walk you through it. It'll just be the magic of TV. But we have to start at the very beginning. And at the very beginning is with our Hardy Crafts decoupage pieces. So I'm gonna bring those over and we're gonna tilt down. I'm gonna show them to you really quick. I'm gonna explain to you how they work. We'll make a few of them, and then we really need to get into the stenciling and the Stencil Butter and the Ecoline Watercolors and everything that goes with. All right, so I'm gonna tilt on down, and it's good to see everybody. Hello. Welcome to Saturday with Stacey, YouTube class number 621. Find all the product in our retail store. Yes, we have a retail store, or shop at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Okay, down we go. So if this is your first time joining, you may not have ever heard of some of these companies before. I do a lot of international business. I love international companies. I love their style. It's different than what we do here in the US. And Hardy Crafts is one of those companies. So inside here is, well, first off, we always bundle it with the foam tape because the foam tape is just necessary. So as opposed to it being like $10.49, we take it and we discount it 20% so that you get a great value. Now inside this little package are 10 decoupage pieces. And you might be going, oh, they look so small. Wait until you see the actual size of them. The picture on the front doesn't do any of this any justice. And again, the foam tape is super important because these are In fact, I've got one open. These are layering embellishments. So inside, they're individually packaged, which makes them great if you're doing a class. Inside, look at the size and look at how beautiful they are. See, not anywhere near what the package shows. They are big, they are bold, they are beautiful. So you get 10 different ones. Gosh, they're so pretty. Well, I like those two. So I'm just going to hold those two aside. And I'm going to pull some out from each of them. Then I've got a beautiful floral. So 10 different florals. See, look at, isn't that great? So I love that one right there. Love the sunflowers. That one's really pretty too. Okay, I'm going to pull out those two. And I'm not even going to bother. And then I've got hedgehogs. Aren't they darling? Look at how cute. So again, Hardy Crafts is a company overseas. They make beautiful little embellishments, but not so easy to find here in the States. It's got a pumpkin, apples, mushrooms. Love the mushrooms. Maybe we're just gonna go with the mushrooms on that. Did I pull two? Well, oh, I pulled three. That one's okay too. And put those back. And then we have sunflowers. A whole pack of sunflowers. Well, then I shouldn't do this sunflower. I love that sunflower. Let's see what's in this one. Oh, well, now I have a hedgehog with a sunflower. Of course I have to do the hedgehog with a sunflower. Oh, and the sunflower with the butterfly. All right, that gives me a couple of those to do. And then we have the kitty cats. No doggies, I know, I'm sorry. And we'll pull out a couple kitty cats and maybe the kitty cat with the, oh, that one's sweet. And the kitty cat with the pumpkin, that's good. So have I done all of them? I think the only one I have left to open up is the flower baskets. That one works. Ooh. That one's pretty. All right, so I'm going to put one or two of these together. I'm not going to put them all together. I'm going to hold them off to the side so that I can see once I make the rest of my projects to see which ones I want to use. But I want you to see how these work. So let's take the pretty sunflower and maybe the hedgehog or the owl, one of the owls. The owl's beautiful. Am I happy with those? All right, I'll do these three. These three? Let's just put one together. Think long, think wrong. So you open them up, easy peasy. And inside, there are several pieces. 1, 2, 3. They always are made up of 3 pieces. You always want to turn them over to make sure that there's no little pieces that need to pop out. Sometimes you'll see that all the little pieces didn't necessarily pop out, but on these, absolutely. Then you just line them up. This is your base. This is your second one. This is your third one. And what we're trying to do is make a 3D type embellishment. And the way to do that is using the foam tape, which is why we include foam tape with each pack. I don't think anybody else does that. I think anybody else who sells these literally just sells them as is. But the foam tape is where it's at. Take number 1. Number 2 sits right on top. It's obviously less in detail because that's what starts to give you that 3-layer dimension. So I built my first layer, and then number 3 goes on top of number 2. And all I have to do is line it up and put it down. And now I have made a 3D embellishment. It's got a little, all of them have a little bit of glitter to them, and they are nice in size. We're going to be using these against mirror paper. In fact, maybe the gold. We're going to be using this against mini mirror mats from Hunky Dory. These are A7 in size, so they're small in size, perfect for matting. Look at how cute is that. Let's do another one. I love that they come individually packaged. You can't lose anything. So I've got my 1, and then my 2 will sit right on top of my 1, and you can see my 2 is missing the basket and the handle. So it really does give that illusion of definition, of depth. That's what you're building, is depth perception, so that it doesn't just look flat. Foam tape. Just line it up, find exactly where it lines up, and honestly, close is good. Lay it down. And then my next. Now the foam tape is also by a company that is overseas, an international company. The company's name is GG, and their foam tape is the best, and it really is just amazing. Love it. There, second one done. And again, so pretty to put against. What color do I want to put this one against? Look at how beautiful is that? And then we'll build a card around it. So, easy to do. 10 per kit and the foam tape. I'm going to sit these off to the side. I just want to do the one with the mushrooms and the kitty cat. Okay, 2 more, and then I'm done. Then I need to set them off to the side so we can move on. But they're so fast and they're so easy. So I got my kitty cat with the pumpkins. And if you're working with little ones or seniors, Boy Scout troop, Girl Scout troop, this is something that they can do and feel so good about because it is not difficult. And then you lay out a bunch of different paper for them in cardstock and let them make their own fall card or birthday card or holiday card. Look at my little fall kitty cat. Isn't he cute? And he's all dimensioned up. So there's 3, and the last one will be my hedgehog. So for every pack you buy, and there is not an I want it all on these because they're so different, every pack you buy, you're going to get the full roll of your foam tape. Oh, I love the little mushrooms. I do. So now my foam tape, a little bit big. I'm just going to splice it in half and use it that way. So I've got a piece there, and a piece there, and a piece there, and we're good. And it sits right on top. Look at how cute are they. Okay, so easy peasy mac and cheesy. And just to give you an idea, ooh, right? Ah. But where we're going is here for just a little bit. Okay, so today we're going to be playing with Stencil Butter by the Crafters Workshop. And I've got kind of the base colors, I would say. Comes in a jillion zillion colors, but I did the silver, which they call platinum. And I did the white, which is pearl white, and the copper penny, black, the champagne gold, and then I also did dune because it's a softer gold. So these are the 6 colors that we're going to be featuring and focusing on today. And with them, we're going to be playing with stencils from Pronte and Dutch Doobie Doo. So also in international, this is an international company. So I've got several stencils that we haven't used before. I don't believe we've used before. And we are going to be playing with these today and the Stencil Butter, but maybe not in the way you typically would think to use stencils and a paste. And then I have one big one. Now I want to stencil super easy just so that somebody who's never seen stenciling before can see what it is and why we do it. So I'm going to open up one of my stencils. And to start with, I'm just going to be using 110-pound paper. So my Stacey Park cardstock, 110-pound. And cut it in half. And I'm not going to be using my stencil and stamp tool today because of all the paste that I've got going on. I'm just going to tape everything down and be happy with that. So I'm going to take a little bit of Sizzix Maker's tape and tape my stencil down to my paper down to my craft mat. feel you. Maybe I'll move it up just a little bit. All right. So I've got my paper down, my stencil down. And again, I'm just using white cardstock. Doesn't even have to be 110 pound, just white cardstock. And I'm gonna come in here with some of my black stencil butter. Now, stencil butter is super creamy, like incredibly creamy. It is not as stiff as maybe some other pastes you've used before. So when you are using it, less goes further, and you don't want to put too much on at a time. You'd rather come back and add. But it really is very creamy. And I understand why Jamie, the owner of the Crafters Workshop, calls it stencil butter, because it does have the texture of a slightly melted butter. It's not whipped, and it's not firm or dense. And I think that might be what makes the difference between some other pastes that are out there. So I take some on just on a palette knife. Can you see what I mean by less is more? Look at how far it goes. All right, I think that's good. And I'm going to pick up all the leftover, and I'm going to put it right back in and close up my jar. Now it looks kind of like a hot mess. You can't see anything. It just looks like a blob right now. But when I pull my stencil up is where that magic happens. So even though the paste is super creamy, it has the viscosity and the consistency to hold on to the finest detailed lines. Now this is wet. It has to sit and dry for a little bit. It does. That's kind of the thing. It's a paste. It's got to sit and dry. So I'm going to put it off to the side for just a minute, and we're going to let it sit and dry. That was on basic cardstock, whether you're using 110 pound, 100 pound, 80 pound, it's going to work on anything. For today, quite a bit of today, I'm going to be using two other types of paper. This is mixed media paper by Van Gogh, which is a Royal Talens company. Van Gogh is a brand of Royal Talens. And this is not a watercolor paper, and it's not a marker paper, and it's not an acrylics paper or an oils paper. It's an everything paper. This does it all. It gives you enough sizing in the paper. Sizing, I'm not talking about the size of the paper. I'm talking about an element that is added into the pulp of the paper or sprayed on the paper that controls the absorption rate of your liquid. That's in fine art, that's what sizing is. And Van Gogh is a fine art brand. So I'm going to be using this paper quite a bit today. I'm also going to be using Gasen paper, which is a washi paper from Yasutomo. So let's just go ahead . And let's put our stencil back down. And we can dip into our black. Now remember, I'm on mixed media paper. And I think I'm going to clean my little palette knife off. And grab some gold. And just add a little touch of gold. Okay. Now what to do with my leftovers? I don't know. It's kind of a mishmash, so you could take it and you certainly could maybe just put it onto a piece of cardstock and make a background out of it. That's kind of pretty. And let that dry and make a background out of it. Sure, absolutely, why not? Let's pull up my stencil. And now I've got a black with a little bit of gold going on. Let it dry and it makes for a stunning background. It's perfect for mixed media. It's perfect for altered art. It's perfect for layouts and junk journals and mini albums. I mean, there's not much that this won't do. I mean, this is just a basic, wonderful background, but mixing the gold and the black adds an element to it. So I'm gonna let that one dry too. And to clean my stencil, look at I made a great stencil on my craft mat. Let me get another baby wipe too. Some people will want to keep water handy. You may want to spray it down. It really is up to you. Once I get it going, I just kind of get it going. Will it all come off? Yes. Should have put a piece of paper underneath it and just kept going and stenciling. All right. The black is the most, the black makes the biggest impact when you're cleaning it. It's like, is it ever gonna come off? And I don't mind inky hands. So if you mind inky hands, use a paper towel underneath it. And that way it's not all over you. But for me, I don't mind. All right, I'm gonna leave it be. We'll come back and finish it, clean it, finish it later. If I leave the stencil butter on there, will it stay forever? No, I can come back and I can soak it and let it go and it'll be okay. But I'm done. Let's take this one and let's put this one here. So we've done just a basic stencil. Didn't take me long to get inky hands, did it? So just basic stencil. One on a cardstock and one on a mixed media paper mixed in with a little bit of gold. Now we're going to take our mixed media paper and let's do another stencil. And this time we're going to go a little bit further with it. Pull out a couple sheets at once. Now the sheets are perforated, so you can fold it to tear off the edge. I don't have patience. I know myself. I'm a girl who's like, let's just cut it off. Yeah, that's better for me. All done, finished, ready to go. And let's grab another stencil. And put it down. Tape it. Now, how long does it take for the stencil butter to dry? Really depends upon how thick you put it on. I mean, you can get it pretty thick to where you are literally building dimension, or you can keep it pretty thin to where it's going to dry faster. Entirely up to you. Okay, so let's do copper penny. And I like blends. So maybe we'll mix in a little bit of gold. Now, I'm not looking for this to be perfect. I'm looking for some variation in colors, some highs, some lows, some blends. I want to keep some of the gold, I want to keep some of the copper penny, and then I want some of it to blend right into each other. I'm not looking for all my circles to be completely filled. And there we go. So I'm going to put that one over there to let it dry. And let's just clean this one off. Now Claire took, I think she took paper. And while it was still kind of tacky, came over the top of it. To give her kind of abstract print. See, look at this one, cleans off so much. The black is pretty black, but that's okay. It's beautiful, and it is. It's only stencil butter. It comes off, wash your hair, do the dishes, and bam. Okay, we've got 2 done. Let's put that one there. And then let's do one more. I like this one. And we'll have 3 on our mixed media. And then we'll play with them a little bit. And then we'll move to the Gasen paper because it is different. Or maybe we should do all the stenciling and then move to the Gasen paper. What do we think? Hello? Thoughts? Okay, let's see. So maybe we do this one in the dune. It's a very soft gold, pretty. Now, the more surface there is to fill up, the more stencil butter you'll need. But start with less and then add more. And I think I'm going to hit this with just a little bit of black for some contrast. You're like, you just cleaned black. I know, but we'll clean it again. No guts, no glory. It's only paper. Okay, let's see what we got. Could be a hot mess. You never know until you know. Oh, I don't think it's a hot mess at all. That's so pretty. Oh, yum. But did I do that on the right paper? Yes. Yes, I did. Phew! Look at how pretty is that. Talk about sophisticated. All right, let's let that one dry. And bring over a paper towel. Now we have a sample that's made with paper towel because we were using it and all the colors ended up on it so pretty. And honorary SMS girl Mary said, I think I might make something out of that paper towel. So then I said later on that afternoon, so Mary, have you made something out of that paper towel yet? And lo and behold, by the end of the day, she sure had. All right, so we've got 3 done. In mixed media paper. We have 3? 1, yes, 3. 1, 2, still wet, and 3. Now this one's getting closer, but it's still going to take a little bit of time to dry. So I'm going to let them set over there. Now we're going to move to Gasen paper. And Gasen paper is a washi paper. It is a Japanese paper that loves water. Like, it loves water. Let's see. So Gasen paper, we use it a lot. You may have never heard of it before. It is a white color. It's made brought in from Yasutomo from Japan. It again is a washi paper, so the texture of it is a bit different. It has a side that is fuzzy and a side that is smooth. So this I'm going to put on there so I don't forget that I own that. I have it. So it's also not quite a typical rectangular shape. It's more of an artist's type size. I want to say it's 9.5 by 10 3/4, which is just a little bit odd, but it has a side that's completely smooth and a side that is fuzzy. We always stamp or stencil on this completely smooth side. We don't stamp and stencil on the fuzzy side. Maybe I'll pull one more and cut. Gasen paper by Yasutomo. When you see how beautiful it is and what it does, you will understand why we love it so much. All right, so let's bring over another stencil. All 8 stencils that we have for you today are on an I Want It All deal, or you just get the ones that make your heart happy. Smooth side, smooth side. And let's tape it into place. Now with Gasen paper, even Sizzix tape will pull at the paper. It loves water and it's very hardy with water, but if you put an adhesive on it, even a washi tape, and pull it, it will pull some of the paper off with it. So always give yourself more room than you need so you can trim out what you need to trim out. Okay, and let's go with platinum. Just like you're frosting a cupcake or a cake, Easy peasy. And because this is not stiff, it folds into the stencil beautifully. And because it's not whipped, and it's denser than a whipped type of medium, it goes a lot further. Okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm pretty close enough. So this is on Gasen paper. Now, visually, it looks the same as my mixed media paper. The difference is going to be when we start to add ink to it, when we start to take it to the next level. Look at how pretty. Okay, it's gotta dry. Gotta set it over here and let it dry, let it do its thing. So let's clean up my stencil. And let's do another one on Gasen. This way, we've got plenty to play with, and you see all the different stencils. Little bit of baby wipe. And just clean it up. Done. Next stencil, Gasen paper. Gosh, I don't know that we'll get through all of the stencils. Let's do this one next. Come on, I know you're here. There you are. Ooh, I'm almost out on this one. Okay, so what colors do we want to use? Maybe some copper, and maybe some white, and maybe some gold. Gold. It's a little into the copper. And then I think I'll do silver and not the white. And I think I'll follow that one up with just a little bit of copper at the end. And let's see what we get. Ooh. Okay. I can't put it back because it's a mishmash, but I sure can make something pretty. Let it dry, and let's pull this up and see what we got. Yay. Oh, what did I get in there? I don't know. All right, we're gonna let it be. Again, on Gasen paper. Look at the sheen. It's beautiful, right? So we've got 2 on Gasen. Let's clean this up. And then I think the last one I'm gonna do with the big stencil, and I'm gonna use the white. Maybe I'll use white and black. And you're like, the black? And I'm like, yeah. It looks so pretty. But stenciling's not hard. Anybody can do it. It doesn't require any special tool but an inexpensive palette knife and your stencil butter, your medium that you're going to do your stenciling with. The stencil butters they all have this metallic sheen to them. And honorary SMS girl Patty, who does not like to use this type of product, this is not her favorite thing, said she absolutely loved it because it was easy to glide. It was smooth. It was creamy. It just moved really lovely. And you can't find that with every type of stenciling medium. Of course, we can do so much more with this, but I'm gonna get the big one out. Let's grab this one. Wahahaha, huge, right? It's an A4 size stencil. And I think it's only $9.99. For an A4 size stencil, that's wahoo kachoo. So again, it's by Pronte. These come in from an international company. They manufacture them, and I love them. I'm gonna take do this one. Of course, I just got it dirty, but c'est la vie. So let me tape my paper down. Nope. Nope. I can't find it. Oh yeah, I'm to the end. I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna have to find where that other one starts and stops. And then let's take my stencil. And I can either mask off. See, I should have put the little rolls on here. I either mask off where I'm sure I don't want to get. And then let's do this one in the pearl. I smeared it a little bit. Little bit smeared. Let me see if I can do it again, and let me clean up the back of the stencil. I think I might have started with too much. So I'm going to wipe down the back of the stencil. And we'll try again. Smooth side. This time I'll start with less. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So the first time I actually had too much on. Now I've got this perfect image. This is on washi. Let's let it dry. And then let's do one of these on mixed media paper. And for ease, I'll just use the one on the other side. And I'm going to mask off the piece I don't want. Oh, I just moved it. Oh, come on. There we go. And I'll do this one in copper. So less was more on the last one. I'm going to do less is more on this one too. And because it's an image, I do want to fill the whole stencil in. Oh, I got a little bit on my paper, but okay. We'll see how I did. Oh, not bad. A little bit got away from me, but not bad. Okay, so we've done quite a few. I've got quite a few to play with. Ooh, this one's all dry. This was all that leftover. Ooh, look at how yummy is that. Yay. Now we play with them. And this is the point where I don't think that those are going to be quite dry enough for me to really play with. So we have some pre-made. I'll check that first one and see how close I am. This was the first one. And this is on, oh, first one's good to go. Okay, so we're gonna try it. So now we're gonna move from Stencil Butter into Ecoline liquid watercolor. And I have a jillion colors sitting on my table. I could not decide. There are 60 colors in all. Oh, that one's open. 60 colors in all. It's a beautiful blue. You want to make sure the lids are on. That was completely my fault. I was playing with it. Do I have all my lids on? Yes. So I've got a million colors in front of me, and like I said, there's 60 colors total. And how do you pick your favorite colors? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Stacey, it's still not closed. Well, we're gonna do this one with some blue. Definitely gonna do it with some blue. Wow, it's still not closed. There we go. I really couldn't decide which colors I liked, so we carry all 60 of them. And you can't go wrong with any of them. They blend like a dream. They are a liquid watercolor. So drops go a long way, and they love, love, love water. Just like our mixed media paper and like our washi paper. So this is a hake brush, and a hake brush it's H-A-K-E. It is a brush that loves water too. It loves water so much that when you put water in it, that's how much it holds. It just absorbs and soaks in that water. So for us, I use a hake brush when I'm going to be using all of my fabulous inks because I want to get my paper nice and wet. I'm also going to tape it down. Use washi tape, because I know where it stops and starts. These little things were sent to me by a customer and brought in by a customer. I think they got them at Daiso. They're wonderful. They hold your washi tape upright. They really are very useful. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a little bit stronger washi tape than Maker's tape. There, tape it down. Now I'm going to get this whole thing wet. Nice amount of water. And I'm just going to go over the whole thing. Wet, wet, wet. I'm trying not to have puddles of water. And you can see that my paste is dry because it didn't go everywhere. Now I decide what I want it to look like. And I dip into, I've got a little pipette here. I grab some of my color. And then I can start to just drop. And my Crafters Workshop Stencil Butter is going to act as a resist. Now I got into the blue because, well, it got into me. So I guess we'll just keep going with the blue. And I can drop color, and I can add, if I want it to move a little bit more, I can add a little bit of water to it. And I can take a little bit more of a deeper brown maybe. And just let those colors blend into each other. Let them do their thing. Give them a chance to be free. My problem is knowing when to stop. Probably the thing I'm not so good at. I could just drop color forever. And then when I'm happy, I can choose to lift and roll a little bit or to not. I can also choose to tap it off and see what I get. And maybe I want a little bit more yellow. Or I want a little bit more of that. I think it's that color. Or is it this one? No. I think I want a little bit more of this. And I just tap it on in. Now this is where the faith is that we're watching this on time. The trust is now letting this do its own thing. Setting it aside and letting it start to dry. You can decide if you don't want any of the white to show. You can come in here and just go right in there and get rid of that white. But I have to trust that as my colors start to dry, my metallic and my black will start to come through again. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna let it sit off to the side and we're gonna wait and see what happens. Now we've got this to play with. What do we do with this? Do we pick this up? Do we wipe it away? So I can take some of my cardstock if it makes my heart happy. And just come in and pick up some of my color. Now the cool thing is I can also drop color on top of this. And I can let those blend and move. Add a little bit more of that deeper brown if I want, or the beigey if I want. So that I try not to waste anything. Ooh, look at that. I think I'm just gonna kind of leave it, maybe give a little bit of a spritz so it moves just a little. And I think I'm gonna let this dry and see what we get. That's from the leftover. Oh, I'm running out of room. So the first one we did was on the mixed media paper. Let's see if another piece of mixed media paper is ready to go. It's really close. We'll give it a whirl and see what happens. Claire's like, you had me make all of these samples for you. I know, Claire, but if I can get them, if I can make it work with what I'm doing here, she's going to be, I made you, oh, and I forgot to tape it down. I made you a dozen samples. She made more than a dozen samples. Just in case it didn't dry in time. But it looks like we're doing okay. Okay, a little bit of my Hake, oh, nope, see, not quite dry. She's like, ha, told you. But we've got it wet, so we're gonna go for it. What color should we do? See how it's working its way around? Well, that's very green. And then I think I'm going to take a little bit of my brush and I'm just going to kind of help it along. No right, no wrong, no rhyme, no reason. Really wet. So I can choose to tap it off and then let it dry, although I want more yellow because that's me. You're like, stay away from the yellow, Stacey. No. Let me let that sit there for a minute while we do something with this nice puddle right here. I couldn't leave well enough alone. Look at how beautiful that background's going to be. I make 2 out of here. And I still have stuff left on my table. All right, let's let it dry. Look how pretty that one is. Yum. Let's wipe this up because I'm going to come back here. So I wanted a little bit more yellow in there. Just to kind of lighten it up. And as you drop it, a drop at a time, it starts to change and lighten up the color. think that's beautiful. A little bit of a spray. Now, as it dries, the ink is going to slowly start to move off of all of the metallic pieces, so that when it is dry, that stencil butter comes right back on through. Right back on through. How pretty, right? Now my hands are very inky, I know, but it's watercolor. It's all good. And I can keep adding until my heart is content. I don't know, is my heart content? I don't know. And I just let it do its thing. And where that stencil butter is, it resists. Okay, let's let it dry. Let's see how this one is coming. Still not dry yet, but you're starting to be able to see the metallic coming back through the ink. Very cool. Still not quite dry yet, getting there. But we'll leave it alone. And then we have this one to play with. Still on our mixed media paper. So what do we want to do here? Well, let's tape it down. Dry? Close. And let's put our lids back on. And let's use our Hake brush. Not quite, but close, close enough. Look at, let me get this closer. Look at it follow the lines. Look at it, follow the lines. This is with Stencil Butter, acting as a resist. And your liquid watercolor, making absolute magic happen. a drop at a time. Look at that, just move. It's so beautiful. And it's so easy. And you decide when you're done. It's a little harder for me. I just want to keep going and going and going, but I know I need to stop. And I'm just going to let this one kind of sit. And kind of do its thing. And as it dries, the metallic will come back up. It will come back to what it was. Let's take one of Claire's and let's do another one. So lids on. Claire did a bunch of them for me. Yum. Oh, let's do some of the mixes. Let's do some of the blends she did. Okay, let's play with some of these. So I'll do halfsies. And maybe these. And then we'll move to the Gasen paper. So mixes. Now these are completely dry. Totally dry. So let's tape it on down. Some of our water over the top. This is completely dry, so I don't have to be nearly as careful. And look at it resist. And you're going to say, but some of it got on it. Yes, wait until it's all done. It's mesmerizing. I can tap it off. And it's absolutely mesmerizing. Did you see that? It's so cool. All right, I'm going to let this one sit. And we'll see what we get. Now this one is starting to dry. And as it's drying, look at that. See, all that metallic is coming right back up. All that metallic is coming right back up. This one's still too wet. So what we want to do with this, well, I do have one piece here. We could wipe it up. It's bam. That's what it is. It's bam. And there. Now I didn't waste what was on my table. I'm going to let this dry and we'll see what we get. So now we've got this one that we did earlier. And I'm going to put my lid on. I'm going to do the little leaves, the little plants, or little greenery, or fronds. So let's lay it down. And lay it down. That one doesn't want to stick. There we go. And a little bit of my Hake brush. So this is what Claire did, so they are completely dry. And a drop at a time. little water if I want to move it and make them blend. Oh, oh, that's beautiful. And let it dry. They all come out so pretty and so unique and so different. This one's starting to dry. And the cool thing is, if I want, I can come back and add more color, should I want to. Now, I'm not going to try and use this. I'm just going to go ahead and mop this up. You're like, wait, what? Just mop it up. Remember, it's almost all water because I put so much water down on my paper ahead of time. Let's try it in the white and see what we get. And I'm still on my mixed media paper. It's so yummy. The honorary SMS girls had such a good time. Wait till you see all the samples I have for you. And I just touch it. To fill it in. Tap it. And let's see what we get when we're done. Dreamy, isn't it? Okay, but we gotta move on. We gotta move on to Gasen paper. Because Gasen paper is completely different than mixed media paper. The mixed media paper, everything we've been doing has been from the top. We've been getting it wet. and doing it from the top. Gasen paper we need to do from the bottom. So we'll let that dry too. And let's see how this one's going. Oh yeah, see now you can see the sheen from the Stencil Butter. And this is ready to rock and roll. You can see all the script, all the gold peeking through, and that one's good. This one, look at my copper and my gold is back to being copper and gold. It's still a little wet. But that resist is working. All my watercolor is moving off of my little medallions there, my little dots there. So pretty. Okay, so Gasen paper. Let's find some Gasen paper and do some with some Gasen paper. We did this one with Gasen. And that feels pretty dry. Gasen does need to be completely dry because we're going to be working on the back side, which means I have to turn it over. So if my stencil butter isn't completely dry, it's going to stick. I think I'm pretty good there. So we put on our Gasen paper, which is that Japanese paper we're using. Gasen paper, it's a washi paper. We stenciled on the top, the smooth side. Now we turn it over to the back side and we get it wet. My water's a little green, but okay. We get it wet. Gasen paper loves water. Washi paper loves water. And now we can drop our colors from the back side. Gasen paper is going to let that color slip right on through, and if you want to move it, you can either get it wet with a sprayer, you can move it along with your brush, or you just let it be. Don't be afraid of water. Now I'm not painting it, I'm dabbing it. Don't be afraid of the water. And then we peel it up. You get a paper towel. We peel. It looks like a hot mess back here. I know, trust me. It looks like a mess. Lids on. Looks like a hot mess. But then we turn it over and we give it a chance to dry. So even the paper towel is very cool. Back side, front side. Let's give it a chance to dry. So over here, and then I've got all of this to play with. So I could, if I wanted to, what if we took all of this extra? Oh, let's see. Go back, go back, go back. What if we took all of this extra and I just kind of slid it over a little bit? And I kind of cleaned up my mess. And then I took a piece of paper and maybe some of my paste. Take a little bit of this up and drop. And I used it this way instead. Entirely up to you. If you don't want to waste what's on your table, you don't have to. Look at that one. These are way too much fun and so easy to do. And with the stencil butter acting as a resist, is stencil butter the only thing that you can use? No, no, no. I mean, what pastes do you have? Absolutely give them the try. The thing about them, and I had to check with Jamie, the thing about them is when they dry, do they dry so that they are no longer water soluble, so that you can add as much water as you want and it won't reactivate it? I don't know that about every paste out there. You would have to try with yours. Some pastes will start to kind of thin or soften, and once the stencil butters are completely dry, they do not. So Gasen, we did one with Gasen, and oh, okay, look at, see? Look at, The design is back to the design. Remember when it was all covered up with ink? Look it, see, it's amazing, it's magic. The stencil butter just allows it to work all that watercolor around it. It just moves around it, whether you're using it on this or you're using it on the mixed media paper. Wowie kadowie, these are beautiful. Okay, let's do another one. Let's see what Claire's done in Gasen paper. Gasen. That one's really pretty. I just did one like that. That one's really pretty. All right, maybe we'll do those. And that one's Gasen. So maybe we'll play with these. So Gasen paper, you don't really have to tape down. Because of the type of paper it loves water, it just absorbs in and flattens right out. Now you may want to clean your water. I'm just going to go for it. By the time I add all my color, it really doesn't make a difference. But the stencil butter doesn't start to soften. A little drop of this. A few drops of that. Few drops of that. Just kind of move it around just a little bit, just so that every place has got just a little bit of color, the lightest hint of color. And don't worry about the hot mess. Now let's see what happens when it dries. That's the trust. You have to trust the process, that as it dries, that metallic comes back at you. And then here, we'll just pick it all up. And we'll do another one. Gasen paper. Stencil on top, color on the back. A little drop will do ya. And then I I just start to move around. And if you don't want to use your Hake brush to do that, you can use your Fusion brush. Just get it wet and just start to move the colors kind of into each other, just so that you don't have any empty space. Now, I'm not filling it up and it's really dark in the empty spaces. I'm just getting a hint of color. And that's all I care about, just a hint of color all the way around. And I'm not painting, I'm dabbing. And one little drop goes a long way. So when I lift this up, it's not that I used all that much ink, it's that that ink has been now diluted with so much water that it's going to make a puddle underneath. So the side that's kind of fuzzy, and it's done. And you let it dry. See, look at all of that. Look at all of that. See, you use this for something else. But look at how beautiful. Ecoline liquid watercolors really are something special. And the Stencil Butter is something special. Now, I love these stencils, but you may have your favorite stencils to play with. So back onto the mixed media paper that I do need to tape down. My water is very blue. This is one that Claire did, so it's ready to go. What colors do we want? And look at it, just find its way around everything. It's just going to find its way around. That might be too dark. Or not. So I'm just mixing my colors and going for it. My washi tape stuck to my... And as it dries, my colors will come back. My metallics will come back. Let's let this one dry. Okay, so my Gasen paper is now back to metallic, and my Gasen paper is now back to metallic, and my Gasen paper is back to my metallic, and my my mixed media paper is back to a metallic, and my mixed media paper is back to a metallic, and my mixed media paper is almost dry, but back to a metallic. You just have to trust the process. My mixed media paper is back to a metallic. It looks like the metallic is going to disappear. It looks like it's all covered up with paint and that you're not going to be happy with it. Just give it a minute or 5 to dry, to start to dry. And that watercolor is going to just, it's going to just go away from it. It's going to resist it. And it's going to give you beautiful, beautiful results. So pretty. Gasen paper. I don't need to tape it down. I don't know which blue I want. And let's make it move a little bit. All right, we got a lot of water going on. Let's see what we got. And then we need to let it sit and dry. And as it's moving and drying, my white is going to come back up and it's going to be the focal point. And there's my paper towel. So we're going to let this one dry, and as this one's drying, this one's coming back up. And then we have all of this to play with. But then how does all of my little guys that I did earlier, how does all of that work with all of this? Remember when well, the lid's on, Stacey. Lid's on. Okay, I think all my lids are on. How do my little Hardy Crafts dudes come into play with all of this? Well, now that you've got backgrounds, so these are completely dry. You're ready to decorate. That one looks good there. Let's see, what else do I have? I have... Let's see, what else is dry? Oh, that's good there. Wow, that's awesome there. Okay, yep, we're gonna do that one. Gosh, that's a great little piece too. So I've got that one for that one. I've got this one here. Let's see what else we've got dry over here. Ooh, Halloweeny. Oh, yeah, I think we're gonna do this one here. Very fall-esque. And I still have that piece. Okay. So now all my little dudes, all my little guys, I can figure out what color of a mat that I want for it. Do I want it on a silver mat? Do I want this one? On maybe a darker mat? This one feels too small for this piece. Yes, please. I think I'm happy with that one. And do I want this side or do I want that side? Okay, he's super cute there. I don't know, maybe I want this one on this one. Let's see what happens when I trim it down. I didn't make these big enough. I should have done bigger sizes. Well, we're gonna make them work. No, not that one. Yep, this one's better. Okay, let's mat these and get these done. So I think I'm going to put this one with just a little bit of white around it. Just a touch of white. Just a little matte, not much of anything. Just so it separates itself from that background. And let's put Kitty. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so let's put my mat down on my paper. These little toppers are just the perfect little things. You've made all of these fabulous backgrounds. Now what to do with them? Do we like it against the white or do we like it against the black? Decisions. Oh, I think it's against the black. Now you guys would do a better job taping down than me. And what I mean by that is that you'd put tape all the way around 4 sides. I'm just using enough tape to get it down there. My paper's still a little bit wet, but that's okay, we're going for it. And then we'll put it on the white. Yes, that's so much better. It needed that. It needed just a little bit of that black to tie it all together. And then we'll put our kitty on. And one card down. So, I'm glad we have Stencil Butter back. I brought in a couple different, so we had creative expressions for the longest time, and then we didn't. And then I needed to go looking for a paste medium again. And I wasn't sure, so I bought a whole bunch of different ones, and I tried a whole bunch of different ones. And the Stencil Butter seemed to be the most user-friendly. You're like, how many more mats are you going to do, Stacey? This is it. So you are playing kind of mixed media, but not really. You're absolutely playing with fine art product because the Ecoline watercolors are, and that Gasen paper, absolutely. But are you necessarily an artist? No, me neither. Okay, so I'm going to get my foam tape. Where'd my foam tape go? And I'm going to pop that little kitty. We're just going to pop him right up. Honorary SMS Girl Patty, what do you think? I did a cat. I did a kitty. As soon as there's Hardy Craft dogs, I'll bring them in. Sometimes the dog people win out. Sometimes the cat people went out. Oh, I think that came out good. What do you think? And you've got the metallic going on in the background. You've got the metallic from the hunky-dory mini mirrors. You've got a little glitter on him. Okay, one done. One done. Let's do the next. Very excited. So what color do we want to do? I think we should back this one in just white. And then I have probably 40 samples to show you. Are you still with me? Hello? Anybody out there? And I know I have plenty of samples that I can show you, but I actually enjoy making a finished card every now and then when I can. And because the backgrounds are so pretty, I'm going to straighten this out. This is just not straight. That's better. I have found so much to do with these liquid watercolors. So I got a little black, but we're going to live with it. And then this on top of there. I mean, like it was meant to go together. All right, let's tape this down. then let's back this. Oh, by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Look at that. I still got enough on here. Yeah, I'm not going to use any black. I'm just going to use white. That one was off a little bit. Yeah, that one's off. So we'll just make it better. Ooh, do you guys hear that? I don't know what you hear and what you don't hear. That was rather loud. Lots of motorcycles outside. Oh yeah, that's better. I need my Stacey tape across the top because it's pulling just a little bit. Again, you would do a much better job of taping down than I am. I'm just trying to get it down so you can see. Oh, it's still wet. Come on. Well, we may be living with it this way. There we go. There we go. Done. Now we pop this guy up. Cute. Okay, so we got 2 done, 1 left. So 2, 1 left. And I think I'm just going to take this one right to it. See, still wet. No, maybe that's from earlier. No, it's definitely something still wet. But I don't think that's from that. Bam. I think I'm going to use a little ivory and then a little black. Okay, and then a little bit of black, and then we'll mount it and we're done. This one's a little squatty. But we'll love it the way it is. That looks so perfect. I am telling you, if you could see these live and in person, you would agree with me. I don't know if the camera does them justice or not. In for a penny, in for a pound. We give these samples away to charities and to churches, so they need to look good. They're sold, I think, on her SMS girl Mary Lynn at her church. They sell them for $1 a card, and or 25 cents a card, something like that. And all the money goes to a scholarship fund, so kids can go to church summer camp. Okay, I'm not angry at this. And all my gold is coming through. And my black and it's just lovely. And I'm not angry at this. How fun is this? And I am in love with this one. I didn't think I was gonna love this background. I was like, the colors, I'm not so sure about it, but we're gonna do it anyway. And now I am in heaven over it. So, let's just grab what we've done. Now this one, still wet, but about ready to be used. We still have this piece left from our sunflower. I just dropped the blue on this one. This one's left over from our kitty cat. This one we haven't even played with yet. Hello Gorgeous. Still wet on Gasen paper. The back, ooh. The front, ooh. On our mixed media paper. On our mixed media paper. On our Gasen paper. On our mixed media paper. Gasen. Gasen. Mixed media. Mixed media. Mixed media. Mixed media. These are the ones we didn't use. This is all the stuff we still have to play with. And then, oh, I stuck it on our leftovers. 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 Oh my gosh. So what did you think? And this one's still drying. But look at that. Ooh. And the paper towels to go with. Love, love, love the Stencil Butter. Being able to withstand the water and the liquid watercolor. Love that. All right, so what did we do today? Well, we played with 6 colors of the Stencil Butter from the Crafters Workshop. We have an I Want It All. We have them open stock, entirely up to you, but definitely more creamy, not so fluffy and not so dense. Easy to spread, really easy to spread, and they blend beautifully. So we've got those. We played with our liquid watercolors from Ecoline, and we have all 60 of them available. I've got another order of them coming in, I think on the 10th. Our next order arrives, so anybody who has them currently on order, they will be filled then. But a jillion, oh, no lid, see? A million colors, 60 colors for you to play with. And we do have them at probably one of the best prices you will find, especially for a little independent retail store that's not even a fine art store. But I don't know how you pick your colors. Everybody asks me, what are your favorites? I love them all. I would just start with a yellow, a red, a blue, a pink, a green, you know, just colors that make your heart happy is where I would start. So we have all of that for you. We have the Hardy Crafts. Love the Hardy Crafts. You are going to see these on basically each and every sample that I'm going to show you. We use these as the toppers, and we haven't done these before. These are new to us. So unless you purchase them someplace else, you don't have them yet. These are brand new to us. And to make them work so well, the perfect matting for them is the hunky-dory little, these are an A7, so they're small. They're like 2.5 by 3.5. And they fit those designs just perfectly, they do. You'll see on all the samples. I've got the Dutch Doobie-Doo and Pronti stencils for you. So we've got one Dutch Doobie-Doo, and the rest of them are by Pronti. They're beautiful. Love this one too. Love this one too. Honorary SMS girl Patty has her heart set on this one. You will see samples made with all of them, including this, and I love this one too. So beautiful. So we've got the stencils for you. We've got the Gasen paper. We've got the mixed media paper. We even have palette knives for you on sale, I think at half off. So let's look at samples because there's a lot and they're fabulous. So there's the stencil, and the watercolor is behind it. This is Katie, and she die cut out. She used the hunky dory, but she used an oval die. And then the Hardy Crafts. Love this one. This one is Dortina. Look at that background. So you've got the Stencil Butter, and then she went in and did the whole background color, and then you've got the beautiful little owls on it. It's beautiful, Dortina. And this one is beautiful too. This is Patty. Patty loves this stencil. See, look at those owls pop. Everything just absolutely pops on this. Beautiful. And then as simple could be, this is the leftover that Claire picked up after she was done stenciling. Just a simple with sympathy. It's lovely, Claire. Yeah, this was one of her I'm almost done. Look at the colors. You've got the copper penny for your stencil butter. Look at a little chicken and your sunflowers. And this one was by Claire. Oh, here's a little doggy. He's with the sunflowers. And here they used just a leftover piece of the mixed media paper and the watercolor, and they just made the colors go with the Hardy Craft topper. See, and look at here, you've got the gold and the greens and the yellows in the background and your owls. This one's Mary, honorary SMS girl Mary. And this one was Dortina, honorary SMS girl Dortina. And the hedgehogs. This is honorary SMS girl Patty. And again, you've got the stencil and then the dropped, this is all done on mixed media paper. So the liquid watercolor was dropped right onto it. And that stencil butter acts as a resist. And then we've got Patty again with the Dutch Doobie-Doo stencil. And then our next pile, we've got our head, oh, it popped. Let me put it back on. We've got our hedgehogs with the mushrooms. Love the hedgehogs with the mushrooms. And this is Claire. Claire, I don't think it was quite dry enough. And then wait for this one. This is also Claire. And here she just, this is some of the leftover from stenciling that she just did on black paper. And look at that owl. and Happy Harvest. So again, look at, see the metallics come right back up. Even though she dropped the watercolor all over it, they come right back up. And this is honorary SMS girl Gail. So pretty. And she just used the stencil and she didn't drop any color at all. Best wishes. Who did best wishes? Oh, honorary SMS girl Gail, best wishes. And this is honorary SMS girl Patty, where she's got the stencil and she's dropped the color. And Silent Night, just with the stencil on black, the leftovers. That's Claire. And Thank You. Again, this is like the leftover pieces. This is after they were done stenciling and cleaning everything up. This is Mary. Mary, this is beautiful. That little abstract in the back was beautiful. I know I had an abstract somewhere in the back here. Yeah, this piece. So it was like something like this that made this. In fact, it could be. Looks great, doesn't it? And then we have our hedgehog, a special thanks. This is Gail. Oh, Gail, that's so sweet. It's so cute. So cute. And a Thank You by Katie. And I love this one. Oh, it's an easel card. Gail, I love this one. Oh, Gail, this is beautiful. And look at the background she made. It's so pretty. Love it. It's a beautiful card, Gail. And then we have one more pile to go through, and then we're done. So this is just the topper. Just the topper with a background that's been embossed. And this is honorary SMS girl Mary. Look at this background. Wow. And this is honorary SMS girl Dortina. Wow, look at that background. That's stunning. Oh, and look at how beautiful is this. See, I love that stencil. I love this stencil. This is a rock star stencil. Because you can pick any of those fronds to use. Any of them. And it becomes the focal point of your card. For 10 bucks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other two are a little small, but for your focal point, those are fabulous. 5 of them for 10 bucks. And look at what a great card it made. And then just the stencil butter on black. This is Dortina again. And Happy Fall. So again, using one of the pieces of the leftovers where you just have kind of an abstract to it. And oh, look at how cute. The mushroom and the pumpkin and the hedgehog. It's like win, win, win. This is Dortina. I'm telling you, the girls had a great time doing these. And look at this from Claire. Wow. That's just dropping the color and letting it do its thing. Amazing, Claire. And Katie, so pretty. And she's got the stencil in the background done with the gold stencil butter. She's dropped her colors to coordinate with her main image. Oh, somebody had the same idea as me. Great minds. Katie? Great minds. And we have a Christmas cat. So the cat package is cats of all seasons. You get like a cat for every holiday. And this is just using the decoupage, the Hardy Crafts, and matting it. We didn't do any of the stenciling or the stencil butter. Oh, see, so good. Who did the cat? The cat was Gail. Love that, Gail. And Dortina here. Gail thrives in Christmas. She does. It's her mojo. See, look at how sweet. So I'm almost there. This one is Claire. This one is Mary. There's your background with the stencil and colored. And this one is Katie. And then we have the hedgehog poking through. There's Dortina. I'm sure this is Dortina. Yeah, I am. And she just did a simple stencil background with the stencil butter. And then the very last one is the paper towel. So this was down as we were dropping inks. And Mary looked at it when it was done and said, gosh, that would make a really pretty background. And I said, well, okay, then do that. And about 2 hours later, I came back and I said, oh, looky, you still haven't touched the background. She said, don't you worry about it. I'll do it. And she did. So she taped it down. She got it down with nori paste. So she used a paper towel. She took our paper towel, cut it up, put nori paste on it, and finished her sample. Now, I sure do hope you liked everything you saw. And more importantly, I hope you learned something you might not have known before. Liquid watercolors are a joy. The Ecoline liquid watercolor, you're playing with fine art product that is about the same price as anybody else's liquid watercolors, only they are so good. And then the stencil butter, we carried it years and years ago, and then we became big. You know, we were really focused with Creative Expressions and partnering with them, and so we let stencil butter go. But I'm glad it's back. I'm glad that I must have brought in about 5 different types of mediums to see which one we were gonna like. And when honorary SMS girl Patty said, I like this one, and she does not, it is not her thing, it is not her mojo to stencil with pastes, because she says she never gets a great result. But she said this was so easy to use. I thought, you know what, if it's got Patty's stamp of approval on it, I can't ask for more than that. So between the stencil butter and the Hardy Crafts and the Pronte, it's all dreamy. So you had faith that I would get this video done and loaded in time, and you trusted me that as the product dries on as the liquid watercolor dries on the stencil butter acts as a resist, and it all just disappears and looks amazing. It all just looks amazing. You trusted that. So faith, trust, and then the pixie dust is all the beautiful products that are out on the market that you may already have in your crafty stash. And if you have something similar, try it. It may be great. You may be just as happy with it. Try what you have, and then if not, then you might want to look towards some of this product, no matter where you get it from. Us, your favorite independent retailer, another online store, wherever you find it that makes your heart happy, makes our heart happy. Because as long as you keep crafting, well, then our industry stays strong. So it's me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I will see you on Monday for our next Make It Monday event. And until then, thanks for hanging with me and thanks for live chatting if you were with me during the premiere. Bye, everybody.